Psychedelic Nightmares is the costume on stage. Ted Eustace. Oh, child, look at movement. Wait, what more you want again, Marky boy? What more you want? I'm being biased. I'm being totally biased right now. But no, it really is a gorgeous piece. So many dimensions of the piece. A huge piece. Look at the height of that. Look at the height of the piece.
It's somewhere in the region of 21 feet high and 30 feet wide.
Yeah. And the piece itself, there's the actual masquerader, but then there's another character that is above the masquerader that makes a part of the piece. And then around that, you have other characters incorporated into the piece. Now, they're saying here the band gave us a write-up. It's playing on, you know, saying in the 70s, persons use substances. Different. What do you mean by using different substances?
Psychedelic.
What were you all doing in the 70s? Ruskin?
Altered mind.
And they're saying now, whatever these substances were, when you tried to sleep, things would happen. So you'd have a psychedelic nightmares. So that's a presentation on stage here at the Queen's Park, Savannah. This is the first King on stage. You think psychedelic, you obviously think colors. So they played on the rainbow colors. All the possible colors.
Yeah, remember, he's dealing with demons here now. So.
Yeah, because it's nightmares. Yeah. So there is a horrific essence over the beauty.
And that's the uniqueness here. You have to find beauty inside of what is really a gory story.
Yeah.
In a sense, because it really suggests that you have to make sense of it all. And again, it's just you just listen to the response, because he has this sort of anchor, the pole straight out in the middle.
This is what you're gonna get so much movement from this. You're gonna get the movement from the person presenting the actual costume. There's that movement. But then in the tower that happens in the middle, the characters around give their individual movements. So at times you'll find that they're bowing, at times you'll find that they're standing up. I'm not entirely sure if Ted himself is controlling that or what is happening on the inside.
I'm sure he probably just has it on a lever.
Yeah.
And as he presses, it goes out there. So again, the portrayal cost somewhere in the region of $125,000. And of course, aluminum, wire bending, elaborate detailing, and pneumatics used in creating this costume. I suppose that was the mind of Ted Eustace that we just saw there.
So Ted Eustace, out of paparazzi.
Former king, am I that?
Yes, Ruskin. The costume, Psychedelic Nightmares. He was king at number 1 here at the finals of the King of Carnival 2016. Now we are making way for king number 2, Roland St. George with Hocus Pocus. He's out of the Crew Carnival band. So king number 2 coming on stage here now, Roland St. George, Hocus Pocus.
And he would have won this title. So now he's trying to see if he could hold on to it as well.
Now what do you imagine the costume? Oh, you never mind. You saw all of them for prelims.
It's a Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Again, it's the Crew.
On stage.
Doing, remember we were talking about the Crew with the Bailey clan and memories and that. Now let's take you on stage and you look at it again. This is kind of like where the air is rare, folks, because these are the premier designers of mass costumes on display here. So you're really getting the full effect of what the creativity is and what a creative Trinidad and Tobago mind is, how it works. And you're really getting to see Hocus Pocus in a way could suggest a number of different things to different people. But
the necromancy, man. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm seeing this for the first time, this costume. I mean, I saw 1 or 2 of the others, but this one I'm seeing for the first time. The cackle, the presentation started off with sound effect of a cackle, where in the darkness really did kind of spook me for 2 seconds. But then I remember I'm bigger than that. So.
And now you're seeing it in the light. And again, you're seeing a master craftsman at the top of his game here now. Look at how many elements are there.
The elders have summoned 3 oracles or wizards.
I like the play of the, without directly placing spider webs or cobwebs, the play of the design gives off that without being literal. You know what I mean? So how they use the silver and bend and twist it without being direct about saying these are cobwebs. You know, it's done really well.
And thirdly, the people.
And again, I know there's so many moving parts in the costume as well, and you know, it's subtle movement. It's not big, elaborate movement because it's a big costume.
It is a big costume.
You know, and you know, he's having to carry this mask.
Yeah, it's a nice story though, because you're seeing all these characters in the costume. And it definitely let us know something bad is about to happen, you know.
037, put your hands together.
But as he makes his way off stage, again, you could see, you know, the lights coming on at the end of that trailer that stands up in the air.
You may not have seen it from on TV, but there's a bubble coming out of it as well. But as that costume makes its way off stage, I wish it stayed on a little longer though.
We have gotten those effects.
Yeah, we're getting ready for King number 3.
So that was
John Thomas. He's coming on stage. The Dying Swan. Rasninsky in drag as Pavlova. This is from K2K Alliance and Partners. One of those kings that definitely been stirring up a lot of talk on social media, and the play of
but through the medium of the eye should penetrate
outside of the male portraying of female.
But remember,
but then there's the Dying Swan as well, right. And of course we know Anne Pavlova, the ballerina. So it's an interesting fusion of it all to tell a story. So the king on stage, King number 3, John Thomas, representing out of K2K Alliance and Partners.
The Dying Swan, Rasninsky in drag as Pavlova. So again, this is one of those simple costumes, and they use a panis to play the music. So let's take you on stage because this is part of the whole performance. You could see the way it's designed.
The beautiful thing about this presentation is that the masquerader definitely went and studied the swan dance, the actual dance, so that he can mimic almost the exact choreography in the costume.
Remember, he's on stilts.
Yeah.
And so to get the swan-like image of, normally when you see a swan, it's standing tall, and the neck would be moving, you know, out there, and but the legs, those long, stringy
yeah, but this
legs.
is more on the ballet, ballet itself, and I love that he does the exact story like the opera. This is an artist going beyond just the physical and the aesthetic of the art. I think Anna Pavlova would definitely be proud.
Wouldn't believe that this is what happened in here.
All the way in the Caribbean,
in the middle
dying
of a carnival,
swan.
yeah.
This is the story. The swan is dying. This is beautiful.
So there he is getting his applause.
And he's doing his bow as well. That was the presentation.
So Jawan Thomas, now he's going to dance to get off of that. This is the Trini and me.
Hit him. This is King number 3, Jawan Thomas, out of K2K Alliance and Partners. The Dying Swan, Rasputinski in drag as Pavlova. Gotta love Trinidad and Tobago and the creative minds that contribute to our culture. We can take something so classical, we can take something American, something European, and really tell a story only in a way Caribbean people can.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's King number 3 coming on stage now. King number 4, Lionel Jagisa Jr., of course, out of Lionel Jagisa and Associates. Howakan, the Eternal Guardian of the Hunt, is coming on stage. That's the name of the costume. Howakan, the Eternal Guardian of the Hunt. He is King number 4. Lionel Jagisa Jr.
Lionel Jagisa Jr.
Whenever you're coming after a strong performance like you had before, there is a little bit of pressure there, but I suppose he would have to kind of focus on what he has to do. Here's another costume that before you even see it totally, it starts to give you an impression, and the lights haven't even gone up yet on it.
From the band Lionel Jagisa and the
So again, he's coming towards
legend tells us that the native
the center of the stage, and as he emerges, you start to see more and more of the beauty of the costume, and it really is beginning to really get at you, because now you're starting to see the effects. Now the lights are beginning to really kick in and come up on it, and you can see him there. Just pointing out, you have the bulls, out on each.
Oh, you're definitely seeing the story in this costume.
The costume on stage worn by Lionel.
I think I like the back more than the front.
It's the Eternal Guardian of the Hunt. It's like we hunted buffalo.
Yeah.
And so you have the dead buffaloes, or the ones who have already been slaughtered, or bulls as you call them, on the sides. But he is the...
running away as the hunter is coming at them.
Rituals were often performed to ensure a successful...
So again, we don't have buffaloes in Trinidad.
I would like to see a buffalo in real though.
We have what we call buffalipso, which was a breed.
Really?
Between like cattle and buffalo, to that extent. But again, here's something that is to a large extent foreign to us.
Yeah.
But it's not that we can't interpret it.
And that's what you see in both this costume and the costume before that we can take something that is foreign to us and interpret it in our ways. So I must congratulate, of course, Lionel Jagisa and Associates for doing just that, because we don't know buffaloes, we don't know that hunting of buffaloes, but we definitely can relate to it based on how he portrays it here.
Because you kind of understand the finished piece of it. And that's it. But again, what is probably a little bit unusual is the use of the colors, because for whatever reason, blue kind of dominates it after a while inside of there. But I suppose he is the guardian of the hunt, so he's expected to stand out inside
and the costume didn't even seem as though it challenged the masquerader at all to perform it. So that was King number 4, Lionel Jagisa Jr., Hawakan, the Eternal Guardian of the Hunt. He made his way off stage, and now coming on stage, King number 5, Nicholas Brito, Kane on Fire, Kambule, and he's out of Chase Villa. Nicholas Brito, Kane on Fire, Kambule, coming on stage here. We're live at the Queen's Park, Savannah, the King and Queens of Carnival, King and Queen of Carnival 2016. King number 5, Nicholas Brito, Kane on Fire, Kambule.
And of course, when you think of Kambule, what do you think of? you know, we celebrate the reenactment
Waking up
of
early on a Friday
on a
morning.
Friday morning, the Cambule
That's the
ride.
first thing I think of.
Just on the Piccadilly Greens, so just at the Piccadilly Greens there. So that is obviously an integral part of our carnival
This
every
is, of
year.
course, a general reminder to all our viewers to turn out to the Cambule reenactment of the Cambule riot on Friday morning.
As we know, during the days of slavery,
And for those who haven't seen it, they really want to see the portrayal more than anything else. And it doesn't take very long. It's a short portrayal.
There's a dance on stage supporting the costume right now. Lights have not yet come on stage on the actual costume, but 3, 2, 1, there you have it.
portrayed in this
Oh,
So they're burning the canes, you know.
yes.
Because this is what it would have been like
At the
in order to
Cambule
get,
riot.
and then if you think about it, they were cane farmers. You got to remember they were indentured laborers and slaves, you know, and they worked in the cane fields.
I'd imagine cane on fire to be exactly like this. Part of the costume is, of course, the smoke and the fog.
Yeah,
But it's in color though, so you're really, I like how the designer, not just let's add smoke, but let's, you know, really play with the colors on it.
It's not any old cane we have in Trinidad, you know. This is sugar cane that will make sugar.
I get that, but sugar cane is burned orange.
In Carnival, yes.
Where do you find colored fog?
And the thing when cane burns like that, it's all over. For miles you get it something, you know.
I love how the designer played with the fog as part of the costume.
His portrayal.
So to really see the costume, you really get the feeling of what the
He's
Cambule
on fire.
right, yeah.
And of course, with the Cambule ride, so you know, this was just one area
Yes.
of
yeah.
the thing, because remember we had disturbances in Port of Spain, but we also had disturbances in other parts of the country as well. So the Cambule riots carried great significance to Trinidad and Tobago and to the development of Carnival as we know it, because remember at that time you couldn't celebrate
Yes.
your own traditions,
Yeah.
as the case may be. So to come and play mass was a no-no.
Especially to play the way we played it now in
you know.
2016.
So you had to get permission
Yeah.
to play mass. And then the aristocrats would have played mass, and then you kind of looked on at them
Yeah.
playing mass. I think the Cambule riots to a large extent partly was to free up that part of it and allow the workers the opportunity to enjoy the festival
Yes.
themselves as well. So the cane on fire,
I love this costume.
Nicholas Brito.
And I love that the king and the designers really felt the need to tell the story through a costume.
you know, funny enough, when you see Cambule riots, you don't see anything like this. You know?
No.
There's nothing like that. I mean, you get more of the actual confrontation.
Yes,
You know.
and what this does is that it brings, or which I'd imagine was difficult for the designer to do, to really get a beauty out of something so dark and so, you know, and a huge dark part of our history, but to find a beauty in it and be able to portray it and not take away the emotion from the story. I think the designers did an excellent job in that.
And it's just one aspect
Yes.
of Cambule. Remember, he didn't say Cambule riots, he just said Cambule.
Cambule. And let the mind, the audience work out the rest. So that was King number 5, Nicholas Brito on Cane on Fire, Cambule, out of Chaseville.
All right.
King number 6
sympathize
is coming
with
on
our
stage.
cleanup
Marlon Rampasad. And Marlon is going to portray for us
Yes, put your hands
Drums
together.
of War.
We are
This is
really
out
working
of
them here
Kalicharan
this
Carnival. Marlon Rampasad, Drums of War. Before Marlon comes on stage,
This is the
however,
national
you know when you
final
cut cane, you
of
just
the
make a
senior
mess.
King
So
of
we have the
Carnival
CPEP workers on
competition.
stage doing a quick job of cleaning the stage.
Have you ever had cane juice?
Of course, my grandfather used to have cane and used to like actually bite it. Oh my God. I'm not sure if I really enjoyed it or if I just enjoyed it. It was a memory I shared with my grandfather.
All right, well, Sydney, well, hold that story for me. Tell us a little bit more about that and your whole adventure with cane. But we're going to take a short break and come back with more right after this.